Check out this song. You guys are gonna love it. It is the shit.
Gotta follow you wherever you lead. Just tell me where to go, I'm all in. Show me the path of life, lead me day and night. No matter where we go, I'm all in.
Okay, I'm out. I cannot handle much more of that. I'm sorry. That is terrible. I am not all in.
You can tell me to wave my hands up in the air. Shout loud like no one else is there.
Please, 8-pound, 3-ounce baby Jesus, stop this for me.
You can tell me to start up high and twist it down. Here we go.
Okay, I'm putting an end to this auditory abortion. Doesn't anybody else see a problem with this? These kids are being groomed to be, quote, all in with whatever, quote, God tells them to do. And who speaks for God? The pastor. What could go wrong? Actually, I found this awesome video from the FOCL YouTube channel. Let's break it down and find out why religion isn't limiting the freedom of the gay community, as well as countless others.
It's a really, really interesting argument that somehow freedom is something that Christianity suppresses and freedom comes from secularism. I would argue that modern, Western, liberal notions of freedom, equality, and so on actually stem from Christianity.
I'm going to disarm this entire argument right now. It doesn't matter where you think our current freedom came from. Although I think you're wrong, what matters is that Christianity is currently trying to ban gay marriage, ban atheists from running for office, and a host of other things that are specifically designed to limit our freedoms in favor of making them more comfortable.
That if you remove the root of Christianity, you will eventually lose the fruit.
Are we just ignoring the fact that the Republican platform includes censoring the internet in an effort to ban porn, teach the Bible in schools, and get a constitutional amendment to ban gay marriage?
So I would turn that question completely on its head, and I would say, with Christianity you get freedom. Without Christianity, you will inevitably end up with some form of repression.
You can do whatever you want, but it doesn't make it any more valid.
And if people say, well, prove that, I go, history.
History. That's your answer when asked to prove your claim. You simply say history. Now I get the point here. You're referencing the atheistic, oppressive regimes of the Soviet Union and North Korea, to name a couple. But I would contest that claim. To take North Korea, for example, they aren't truly atheist. They worship their dear leader as a god. He replaced it with himself. A similar situation happened in Russia. They were very unique situations. Find me a country that murders in the name of science, reason, evidence, and secular values, and we'll talk. America was the first secular nation, but somehow we ended up with an entire wing of the political system being completely saturated with religious zealots.
That's the first thing. I would also say to them, yes, of course, religion can be used to repress people, and it often is. But in a society where, if you like, there are two sources of authority, the state and what we might call the church, and maybe three, maybe the family as well. If you remove God out of the equation, you're left just with the state. And human nature being what it is, politicians, elites, those who govern us, will, instead of bringing freedom, they will give more and more and more laws.
So you're saying that the church is there to protect us from the government. In America right now, it feels like the other way around. The state is definitely protecting us from the church. What do you think is happening with the gay marriage debate? I know I've mentioned that a few times already, but it's the first and best example that comes to mind. The church is actively trying to take away rights from people by disallowing us from marrying people of the same gender, and the state stepped in to stop them. And right on cue, the church arm of the political system fervently fights back. When will they realize that church and state shouldn't mix?
I had a an article published in a gay rights magazine, and it got a lot of interest. And it was their most popular article, explaining the Christian view of sexuality and so on.
You mean you explained that sex is evil? That's pretty much the Christian view, right? I am honestly dumbfounded that humanity made it as far as it has, with this built-in disgust over sex.
And one man wrote me and said, look, David, I see that you're not a homophobe, and I really, I don't agree with what you say, but I appreciate you having the courage to write it in a gay rights magazine. And he said, bottom line is, what I want is, I want to live in a country with freedom. Like, and he named Switzerland, United Kingdom, Norway, Scandinavia, and so on. And I wrote back, he named 10 countries. And I wrote back to him and said, isn't it interesting that every single one of the countries you named has come from a Protestant tradition? Every single one. I think that's what I would say to somebody who says that Christianity is against freedom.
This is a classic correlation does not equal causation fallacy. There are very few, if any, countries that are secular and have been secular since the beginning. They all started out as predominantly one religion or another. The difference is that Christianity went through a reformation, which released some of the people from its iron grip and allowed them to think for themselves. It's probably why Islam is fighting reformation so hard. If you liked this, you can subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Just click the annotations.